Did you know that Biden is trying to ban lead ammunition? Soon, they'll be coming after your lead ammo and saying it's illegal to shoot it on your own private property. That's why we worked to get a bill to stop the Biden administration from banning lead ammunition to pass the House of Representatives. The bill is currently on its way to the Senate. Hi, I'm Ben, and you're watching the Minuteman Moment. Before we get into the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe to help us fight against YouTube's algorithm. If you haven't been following our fight with the Biden administration over lead ammo, let me give you a quick recap of the situation. For the third time in the last decade, the federal government, at the behest of the Biden administration, is attempting to ban the use of lead ammunition on federal land. Specifically, the administration has directed the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to ban lead ammo on 8 national wildlife refuges on the East Coast. This small-scale ban is the first step in a wide-reaching plan to ban lead ammunition on all public land, which amounts to about 30% of the country. How do we know that's the end goal? Well, during the Obama administration, the Center for Biological Diversity, along with 100 anti-hunting and anti-gun groups, lobbied the Environmental Protection Agency to ban lead ammo. The EPA complied with their request, but was stopped by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia when they ruled that the agency lacked the authority to do so. Then, in January 2017, before leaving office, Obama's Department of the Interior banned lead ammunition on all lands managed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. This move was reversed in March 2017 by the Trump administration. So we already know what the end goal of this rule is, because they've already attempted it. And if you think they'll stop at public land, you're underestimating the anti-gun lobby. They'd love nothing more than to tell you what you can and can't shoot on private land as well. Additionally, the science behind these bans is a little shaky. Most proponents of lead ammunition bans point to endangered species like the California condor as evidence that lead ammo is harmful for animals. The California condor feeds on corpses of other animals in the wild, and when animals are shot with lead ammo, that lead can then poison the condor itself, or at least that's a theory. In reality, there are numerous non-ammunition sources of lead in our environment, and no study has proven that ammunition-based lead has had any impact on terrestrial wildlife species. How do we know this? Well, in 2007, in order to protect the California condor, California banned lead ammunition for hunting. And while compliance with California's ban was around 99%, follow-up research in recent years has shown lead levels in condors are the same, if not higher, than when the ban was implemented, telling us that condors are getting lead from sources other than ammunition. So recently, the Biden administration directed the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to issue a rule. Sound familiar? Banning lead ammunition from 8 wildlife refuges on the East Coast. The GOA was responsible for 95% of all comments on this rule, opposing its implementation. In addition, we worked with our allies in Congress to draft H.R. 615, the Protecting Access for Hunters and Anglers Act. This law would stop the federal government from being able to ban lead ammunition and fishing tackle on public land. And guess what? It just passed the House. Now the bill heads to the Senate, where it has an uphill battle. This is where we need your help. Please consider calling your senators and urge them to support the Senate version of the bill, S. 1185, introduced by Senator Steve Daines of Montana. Millions of Americans depend on federal lands for hunting and target shooting and public range access. And without them, large percentages of hunters and shooters will be denied recreational opportunities under a lead ammo ban. And you know that once this lead ammo ban is legitimized, it won't end there. There'll be calls to follow the science, which will lead to a total lead ammunition ban on all federal lands. And it won't be long before anti-gunners turn on private landowners and your favorite outdoor range. Ideally, they'd love to ban lead ammunition nationwide. And if they can get their foot in the door to ban one type of ammunition, you know it won't end there. This so-called hunting regulation, proposed falsely in the name of conservation, is a very slippery slope to a lot of gun control. So please stand with us and pick up the phone and call your senators to help our team out in Washington, who is lobbying against this lead ammo ban. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with GOA's latest fights for your rights. Also, be sure to check out goals.gunowners.org to learn more about the Gun Owners Advocacy and Leadership Summit in Knoxville on August 17th and 18th. Admission is free for GOA members, so I hope to see all of you there.